Automation isn't a new thing. Between the digital age, bringing us new technologies every year, and a shrinking workforce, not only is there a need for automated solutions, they're now more accessible than ever. And the jobs of tomorrow are sure to incorporate them. If you're wondering why we should include automated solutions in industries like mining, there are several reasons. Just ask Dr. Natalie Risso.
You can do a lot of things with automation. So automation can improve safety, you can also improve productivity, and it can also go to places that are not available right now.
We're not just talking about remote places on the planet. Dr. Risso is thinking a bit farther out.
If we want to do things like, mine asteroids, we are definitely going to need automation for that.
But we've got to build the rocket before we launch it. So let's take a look at how automation got its start in mining. It began as most industries do, all manual processes, hammers and pickaxes, like what you see in movies. This isn't a movie, and things have changed significantly.
Automation started, I would say, in the concentrator plant, where we had a lot of autonomous controls for the machinery. And then it slowly started to migrate into the open pit mines, and then it went underground.
Over time, this transformed from merely operating the machines to controlling them.
Now we can control machines in a way that is more efficient, and we can also monitor things that we were not able to monitor before, thanks to the new sensors and also our ability to process, images and information better.
So what does automation look like today? Well, you know how we're working on self-driving cars?
Equipment manufacturers have been on the forefront of autonomy, and the mining industry has been working on autonomous equipment and implementing autonomous equipment for decades.
Yep, self-driving and remotely controlled mining equipment.
According to some of our large OEMs, the mining industry has logged more autonomous miles than Google, Uber, or Tesla combined. The mining industry, the minerals industry, is definitely pushing this technology to be better so that it can be used in the public and so that society can benefit from this technology as well.
One thing you may not realize is that there are many forms of mining. Sunny Patel works for Komatsu as an engineer. More specifically, he works in surface mining, where the rock and soil covering minerals are removed. And there are a lot of technologies being used in surface mining today.
We have many technologies on mine sites today that help automate and ease a lot of the manual challenges or manual actions incorporated in operating mining equipment. We've developed autopilot for drills, which automates drilling holes in a straight line, adaptive controls for shovels, which dynamically adjusts motor performance to improve the productivity of both the operator and the machine. And all this happens without increasing any of the wear. In addition, we also have our autonomous haulage system, which, having moved over 4 billion metric tons for our mining customers, is just immense. And we keep trying to innovate all of this as we move forward.
And the innovation doesn't stop. Much like we've seen in other industries, Komatsu is keeping up with the constant evolution of technology.
Komatsu has a dedicated automation pillar that each product line is responsible for, and the roadmaps get updated every couple of years and can change based on market conditions. But they also highly encourage to continue learning and researching new ideas and methods that would help improve the mining world. We invest heavily in the research facility, including a brand new large automation lab, which gives us access to various simulators to help us simulate what a shovel or a drill would do in the field.
It's not just large digging and drilling machines being used for mining. Smaller machines, like drones, are also being used.
We have seen a lot of applications for open pit mines, in surveying, also in monitoring blasting, making sure that everything remains safe and according to the plan. And also we are seeing now a lot of applications underground because as the minerals are becoming scarcer, we are going to need to go deeper. And then as we go deeper, we are going to need more automation. And we are going to need also the ability to remote sense a lot of things. And drones are a great tool for that.
And we've just scratched the surface. There are even more innovations to discover as we dig into technology in mining.
Any ability or chance to create a safer environment for our operators underground, or even any personnel underground, is just something that we create and is vital to the design of our machines.
It's incredibly important to update technology and continue innovating, especially in mining. One of the key reasons for upgrading is safety. I mean, if you were working underground, you'd want the most up-to-date equipment too.
With the use of technology, it gives us the opportunity to, number one, create a safer environment. Here at Komatsu, safety is our number one priority. So any ability or chance to create a safer environment for our operators underground, or even any personnel underground, is just something that we create and is vital to the design of our machines.
Haley is also an engineer working at Komatsu, more specifically in underground mining. And as she explains, they're using something a bit more high-tech than a canary to keep people safe on the job.
Using these technologies allows us to pull the operator a little bit farther away from the machine, as well as indicate where they are, what they're doing, with little interference whatsoever.
This innovation is used in both underground and surface mining.
Drill teleop with autopilot for automation can basically be split up into two parts. We've got teleoperation, which is a technology where the mine site's able to remotely operate the drill with an operator observing it from a distance. This increases safety, accuracy, and efficiency of the site. The foundational technology that enables teleoperation also allows a single operator to basically oversee and manage multiple machines. They enter a supervisory role instead of really an operator role.
And perhaps even more impressive is, of course, the autopilot, where operating the drill can be done with the push of a button.
The autopilot technology allows the operator to be able to input a drill map, and then on the drill pad, you just press go on the machine, and it would drill the holes all in a straight line autonomously. It basically completes all the functions that would be really required to drill in a straight line. You've got tramming, which is propelling the drill forward and backwards, as well as hitting the brakes, leveling, and raising and lowering the mast. All of this happens within an accuracy of 10 centimeters of the drill plan.
And while right now these two solutions are separate, putting them together is already in the works.
In the future, we could combine both of those technologies together. You would hit auto drill, and the one operator would manage multiple machines.
It's not just the actual machines being updated. The way we control them is also changing. Komatsu is working on a set of adaptive controls to decrease the amount of wear and tear on the machine, while keeping the operator safe and comfortable.
When I went to a mine site recently, I was sitting on a shovel that didn't have adaptive controls, and every time the dipper would come out of the bank with the load, you'd feel a large shock because there's giant 90-ton load coming out and moving at full speed, full torque. So the whole cab shakes when this happens, and you just feel it like go all up in your spine. And after a long day, it takes a toll on your body.
Another program Komatsu is working on is investigating the use of sensors in long wall shear systems with NIOSH, the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health.
For example, we would like to determine when we have reached a rock-coal interface. Essentially, this means that as our machine is in operation, we need to recognize when it's outside of our desired boundaries. So whenever it's mining, not the material that we would like, but instead rock.
Why is this important? Well, if, say, you're mining for coal and you hit rock, if you don't notice, then you can damage the equipment, which means it'll need to be replaced or repaired more often. It also makes the mining process longer, which will cost more in the end. After all, time is money.
Overall, using sensors for sound, vibration, or even hyperspectral imaging gives us the opportunity to recognize when we have reached rock.
Creating and using automated solutions gives companies gathering resources the benefit of making operations more consistent with better results. And no autonomous solution is possible without data analytics and machine learning.
Data analytics and machine learning are already here. Like every mining company at their concentrator and their processing process, they have a lot of data. They have been measuring, the characteristics of the minerals, the energy consumption in the machines. And with this data comes the ability to understand better the process. So if you understand something, then you can predict. And if you can predict, you can plan, and you can also prevent things that you wouldn't like to happen, like hazards.
Machine learning is what enables most of the solutions we've seen so far. It creates models that experts can learn from.
One of the big challenges in the mining industry is that you have a lot of variation. So when we study like a mineral deposit, we have samples, but these samples are not perfect. So a lot of the things we need to estimate. And machine learning can help us, do this estimation better. And also they can help us to coordinate all of our systems so we can integrate and we can make the whole operation smarter in a holistic way.
Moving forward with technology and future designs gives us the ability also to create a more efficient machine. Our customers are able to mine material continuously over a period of time with little delays or little downtime. And overall, that's a win for us. It's a win for our customers. They're happy. We're happy.
Exciting things are happening with innovation and technology in mining. It's setting up the next generation for a huge leap forward.
I absolutely love my job. And I want to be able to show that to kids so that if they're interested in a STEM field, that they should move forward with it, that they should start to get serious about it.
Innovation and technology go hand in hand. And together, they're helping build the future of the industry. We've already started working with drones and automation. So what does this future look like?
I really think it'll look very, very different for the next generation or even in the next decade or two. We could possibly see completely automated mine sites with a single operator handling multiple machines just from like their own desk. You could handle drilling and bulldozing all from your desk. But I mean, we're still a long ways away from that, but we're making pretty significant strides into making that happen.
I mean, we've talked about autonomous vehicles being used on site already. I don't know about you, but when I was younger, I didn't even think we would have self-driving cars.
Essentially, each of the technologies that we're adding today is a building block that could very well one day lead to a complete autonomous mine site.
The number of solutions keeps growing too, especially as the amount of data we collect from operations grows.
We're basically collecting a lot of data from the mines themselves so we can better optimize future projects. We're in the future able to potentially real-time process the data and make adjustments accordingly to the equipment that we're running. An example would be the shovel operating on a bank would now know that, hey, it's operating on a specific incline, and this is what adjustments that need to be made to any of the drives, or if it needs to be digging, in a specific material, it can make adjustments in the motors and drives and torque settings dynamically while it's digging.
And even with these solutions on the horizon, there are still areas that can use improvement. For example, Natalie previously mentioned using drones underground. But keeping lines of communication and GPS access available is a challenge. After all, how can you be sure the signal will penetrate rock? If we can improve drone function in underground mines, the benefits would be amazing.
You can actually now, working in that type of technology, you can actually now monitor things, make sure that the environment is safe, look at what type of minerals do we have, if they are failures, identify them before there are any hazard for the workers.
And another innovation that's seeing improvements thanks to automation is ventilation in underground mines.
One really big development that is currently underway for a lot of underground mines is ventilation on demand. Their most basic are variable drive systems. So it allows us to change how fast fans are moving and the air pressure within the excavation to ventilate out dust and gases and things that normally make people very sick. It also helps regulate temperature and humidity underground as well.
Sounds cozy. Currently, these solutions require a human on the other end to make the decision.
But as we're moving more into autonomy, especially in underground mining, ventilation on demand and automated ventilation is going to be the next sort of great innovation for being able to ensure that we have safe and sustainable working environments, making sure that people can work longer for safer with less exertion.
In order to make these possibilities into realities, we need to look at who is going to do the work. Komatsu has a student outreach program designed to get younger generations interested in the industry and engineering in general.
This outreach program had to do with hydraulics, and it gave the kids an opportunity to work together to solve a problem and then be able to address it. And it was just a very fun event because we got to work with the kids, we got to work with our employees, and we also invited a lot of our sponsors to get involved too.
Connecting with current students has a special place in Haley's heart.
Those kind of events are important to me because I have the opportunity to tell kids about what I do every single day. I absolutely love my job, and I want to be able to show that to kids so that if they're interested in a STEM field, that they should move forward with it, that they should start to get serious about it as they move into their high school years.
One thing is certain, though. We're going to need engineers and software designers and scientists to help us keep up the pace of innovation.
We can't predict the future of what's going to be needed, but we do know that there will be new technology because humans are constantly striving to make things better. And we don't always know what that future will hold, but we know that we're going to have needs, and the mining industry is going to be able to help provide that. We will be able to recycle more, and that will be a wonderful addition. If we look at the past, we're going to need probably different commodities than what we need right now, and we're going to have people who want to also have all the conveniences that we share, the phones, the self-driving cars, and so the demand for those things are going to increase.
It seems like mining has wholeheartedly embraced the digital age, using data and machine learning to automate where they can and reduce strain on the workforce. They're even working towards completely remote operations. Who knows, maybe you'll be one of the people to create the next big innovation in mining. I'm Kristen Morand, and we'll see you on the next episode as we explore the jobs of tomorrow.